The matter chop hot.
Asemene diloto. Hey! Aye!
This is the story of Ayata, aka Ayata Corner, and his real name is Benjamin Hartford. I am sure if you are in Accra, you probably might have heard of Ayata, one way or the other. Well, it is popularly known as a place, a spot in Accra, in the heart of Accra, around the Palladium Kolebu enclave, where people gather to make merry, where people gather to have fun. When it comes to one of the favorite joints of people around that particular vicinity, you can never tell that story without mentioning Ayata. And on today's episode, I am here to tell you the story or a short story of who Ayata is and how he was able to influence so many of our top stars, including Shatta Wale, Raskuku, among others. If there are people who pride themselves as reggae and dancehall artists, most of them have passed through the famous Ayata. Well, I know what you are imagining. It is probably not what you think of, but this revelation is going to be very, very interesting as far as this episode is concerned. My name is Roland AMARTEY. You are welcome. This is Roland Report on YouTube. And if you're watching or if you're listening, wherever you're doing it from, if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe and also share this content with other people. Now, today's story is about how Shatta Wale paid a very interesting tribute to the man Ayata, who is also known as Benjamin Hartford. So, yes, Shatta, whenever you ask him, always tells a story of how influential the man Ayata has been to his life or was to his life during the beginnings of the bandana days. The famous Ayata Corner in the heart of Accra was the very spot that birthed some of his early performances as far as even him, bandana, metamorphosing into Shatta Wale is concerned. He talked of how Ayata fed him, gave him platforms upon platforms to even perform on the streets in order for some of his music to be heard by fans. So if he is counting where his popularity growth started from, he can never tell that story, or that story can never be complete without the mentioning of Ayata and his famous Ayata Corner. So over the weekend, Shatta decided to pay a tribute or to even shoot a video in honor of Ayata. But then, few weeks after, only to hear of the demise of his beloved Ayata, also known as Benjamin Hartford. Well, as pained as he was, he can never do anything but to give all to God and yet still find a way to celebrate his dear friend and brother. So on last weekend, the Shatta movement team all trooped to Ayata to visit the family, pay his condolence and everything, as well as shoot a video in this particular man's honor. So on the day, yes, Shatta came in all in his all glory with lots of people around him, which he visited the family house of Ayata. He was met beautifully into the family house of Ayata, of where the wife of the late Ayata, as well as the elders of the family, were seated. The whole team was met with smiles, even though it wasn't a day for laughter or smiling. But then, the mere gesture of Shatta Wale visiting this particular family to him was a big deal for him. One that meant a lot to him. So even on the day, man went out of his way, printed some t-shirts with Ayata's face on it, all to celebrate the man Ayata of Ayata Corner. And also on the day, presented some bundles of cash, undisclosed though, but presented it to the family of Ayata to support them in their preparations to send off their beloved. And this is what went on last Sunday in Accra, where Shatta and the Shatta movement team met the whole people of Ayata and Ayata Corner from Palladium, let me say from Accra High Street, even to Kolebu. Everybody knew Shatta Wale was coming around. And right after that, he completed this particular journey with a video shoot of his song, which is fast rising and gaining popularity, Minamino. So to him, this particular song means a lot to him. And to him, it also touches on the beginning of Bandana, the struggles that he's been through, the people that he's been with, and how some of them have helped him, of which others have also betrayed him. So to him, that particular vicinity of Ayata and Ayata Corner was the perfect spot for him to shoot that video, to tell that story in the Minamino scene. It wasn't just about celebrating Ayata, but it was also to send a message or get a clear pictorial view of what the Minamino scene actually means. And I kid you not when I say Shatta's relevance in the industry is unmatched. From the grassroots to the middle class, even to the elite, it was very evident. People who trooped in all to have a glance at King Shatta Wale as he displays in all his glory on the day was one that everybody needs to see. So on your screens are some of the footages of where Shatta visited the family, all the arrangements that were done, how the family even received Shatta and his team, the kind of reception that was given to Shatta and his team, and also the beautiful gesture by Shatta Wale to the family. And again, let me say big ups to all the guys. Majority goes to Fanta, whose name was even mentioned in the Minamino song. So if you listen to the Minamino song, there was a portion that mentioned Fanta Ayata, which means Fanta of Ayata. And if it is Ayata, Fanta happens to be one of the youth leaders in that particular vicinity. So on the day, he played a very major role in just being the linguist of that particular meeting when Shatta met the family. And also let me say big ups to Solash, who also played the linguist from the family, from Shatta movement side, and also liaised with Fanta. Fanta was very instrumental in all the dealings as far as the Shatta movement business or project that was done in Ayata was concerned. And on the day, I must say big ups to everybody, including the team members and also the family members of the late Ayata. We say may his gentle soul rest in peace, and we hope and pray that as time goes on, aside this particular beautiful charity that Shatta has done for the family and the people of Ayata, it will continue, and that place will continue to serve as a hub to bring out great people in the industry. Because if we are to mention the successes that Ayata has brought to this industry, we have lots and lots of names to mention, including Shatta Wale. So yes, if not for anything at all, the contribution of Ayata, Ayata Corner, and the people around that vicinity, even in the life of Shatta Wale, is very evident in this particular project or in this particular movement, of which even pushed him to visit the family. So yes, it is our prayer that that legacy will still live on, of which even after his demise, there will still be projects that will still discover, and not only musicians though, but even on the day during the video shoot, we saw people, including boxers, like people from all different of the creative industry, boxers and footballers, like so many people. So yes, on that day, if you are seeing videos and pictures flying It is all about how Shatta Wale entered into Accra, the heart of Accra, specifically Ayata, to celebrate and honor the demise, or probably mourn the demise, of his very good friend and brother, father and godfather as he calls him, Ayata of Ayata Corner, who is also known in private life as Benjamin Hatchford. May his gentle soul rest in peace. So, like I said earlier, aside this particular move, Shatta also went on to shoot Minamino scene. And in subsequent episode, I'm also going to bring you footages and highlights and behind the scenes, including testimonies of even how the team fared in shooting that particular video around that side. Yes, personally, if there's something, one of the movements that I have enjoyed most was over the weekend's movement. If we are talking about, if somebody asks you if you can work under pressure and you know you can't, I would entreat you to come and do 2 weeks internship at Shatta Movement. And when we talk about pressure, you can indeed work under pressure when you make, or when you have 2 weeks internship under Shatta Movement. So until I feed you with the next episode, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this content with other people. As time goes on, I'm still going to bring you updates. My name is Roland AMARTEY. This has been Roland's Report, and this is just a short story of the bond between Shatta Wale and now the late Ayata, also known in private life as Benjamin Hatchford of Ayata and Ayata Corner. Till then, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.
The matter chop hot. Asemene diloto. Hey. Aye.